More bad news for Chrisean Rock. The chances that Chrisean Rock is in a jail cell by the end of the year is very high. Chrisean Rock is absolutely cooked. So TMZ reached out to law enforcement after rumors began to circulate that Chrisean Rock was involved in the death of her ex-boyfriend, Ronnie.
She's cooked.
So the law enforcement official gave TMZ an answer. Now, that answer, from my perspective, is not good for Chrisean Rock, but we'll get there, okay?
I got my car. Hey, look, everybody that don't know my name, Mac Mula, I do reactions over here, baby. We watch stuff together, okay? It's like a brotherhood. It's like a family, because I know some girls. It's like a family. We just sitting down in the living room right now at Thanksgiving, and we all just watching the same video. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. We on the way to 900K. We on the way to 900K. You know what I'm saying? And we on the way after that. We on the way to a million.
Let's just first address why people believe that Chrisean Rock is involved in Ronnie's murder.
In the next 4 to 6 weeks, God willing,
it's crazy.
Chrisean is going to be
him saying God willing
required
is crazy.
to do a court-ordered paternity test, and once we get this paternity test, we shall have more. Right here, Junior. Right here.
You weird as shit. You weird as shit. What's wrong? You weird as shit. Nobody stalking you. That's my son. That's my son. That's my son. What you want to do?
How you know? She said, no, it's not. Ma'am, how do you know? Because this is my only question about, any girl, any woman that has a child with a man or has a child and gets pregnant and you're not 100% sure, like 1,000% sure who the baby daddy is, first of all, you're a whore. Okay, so congratulations on making it to be the biggest whore ever. That's like the most thottish shit you could ever do in the history of life. A woman have a child or get pregnant and not know who the baby daddy is or not be 100% certain, that's like the most thought hoe shit you could do. Because that means you was fucking niggas in the same damn near week. What the hell? You fucking, what's going on, man? That's a violation. Ain't nobody got time for that. So if this man is questioning if that's his son or not, he probably got a valid point. And I'm gonna just tell you how I feel about the Chrisean Rock murder. I told y'all in my last 2 videos, would you be surprised if you found out Chrisean Rock, of all people, got her baby daddy killed or her ex-boyfriend killed? I wouldn't be surprised at all. The type of person she is, I would not be surprised. It's nothing you could tell. Unless you tell me this bitch went to Harvard, there's nothing else you could tell me that would surprise me. You feel me? So it's just like, have you ever needed your paycheck to just come a little early? Like, yeah, you get paid on Friday, but it's Tuesday and you need the money now. There's a banking app called Current, and they got a whole bunch of super useful features on this app. And one of the best features is it lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full list of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, the build card, and more. Now, Paycheck Advance is my favorite, but if you focused on building credit or if you just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. And I know how I feel for your paycheck to be coming Friday, but you need your money Monday and it's an emergency and you need that money now, and you can't get that money now because you gotta wait, but you can't wait. And that's why I partner with them. And right now they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up for the Current app using the link that's in my description or scanning the QR code that's on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option that pops up to enter my promo code. And that promo code is gonna access your $75 when you switch your direct deposit. Make sure you go through the full sign up process so you do not miss out on the $75. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or even just tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out because that's literally what it's designed for. Helping people just like you stay more on top of your finances. Then he mysteriously dies. He mysteriously dies right before the paternity test, and you just so happen to be in Baltimore around the same time that he got killed. And Blueface said you talked to the nigga the same day.
Dude, I'm calling the cops. I don't give a f. Call him. Nobody touch you. Go to the car. Call him. Go. Yeah. Go. I'm calling the cops. Police ass. You a police ass. Hey, time to go. You a police ass. Time to go.
Yes, you heard right. We just got the update. So apparently, there have been some money on Ronnie's head since Friday. What's today? Tuesday. So since Friday, apparently somebody put some money on his head. Somebody wanted him dead. And y'all, I found out exactly how it happened. So one of the neighbors says that Ronnie was sitting in his car outside his house when all of a sudden this car pulled up behind him. A person gets out the car. He didn't realize that they had a gun or whatever. They ran up on the car real quick, y'all. They shot him 10 times. So whoever this was, they wanted this done quickly. Now, I'm not going to say it's not a coincidence.
Pull up to his crib and shoot him 10 times.
The ex-boyfriend who was following her from state to state trying to get a paternity order.
He was following her state to state?
Call the popo, huh?
Because he was convinced that that was his son and that she was trying to pin his baby on Blueface and ice him out. Now, he was shot and killed a week before the last court date that would require Chrisean Rock to give him a DNA test, right? Now, here's the thing. Her sister did, the Jason Lee interview where the sister says...
It kind of exposed
she implied that Chrisean Rock did this, right? She implied that Ronnie was shot and killed to avoid the paternity test, right? And other people have came and spoke out. Blueface have came and spoke out and says that he don't trust Chrisean Rock. She's a backdoor artist. But here's the thing. Chrisean Rock has confessed to a lot of people in this industry that she did this.
For real?
I'm not capping.
FBI, open up!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, lock her ass up then.
Call the popo, huh?
What the lock that bitch up, man? Lock her up, man. We gotta put the cuffs on that bitch, man. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. And that don't surprise me either. You think are you surprised that she would have killed somebody and told people in the industry what she did? I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do say, y'all need to call the police, man. A real deal, gang. Y'all can't be letting these listen, man. I'm being honest.
I'm not lying. That's just 100% fact.
Damn.
Right? If Chrisean Rock wants to deny it, I would tell her who she told that she did this. She already confessed to doing this to a lot of people in the industry. Multiple people. Multiple people have told me that Chrisean Rock has confessed to them. So it's either she was popping it and lying, or she really did this. See, she told him specifically, bro was playing around too much, right? Like, bro pulling up on her, like, at the mall was her last straw. So she has told multiple people this in the industry, that she has.
Now, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Flacco, but it's not been one time that Flacco came on this video that I remember where he said some shit that nobody else knew and he was lying. He talked about Pooh Shiesty robbing Gucci Mane before it ever hit the internet, before the police ever did any arrests or any announcements, and he talked about it and ended up being true. He talked about Draco the Ruler's Killer about to come out. He talked about it a few months later. YG ended up getting detained and a search warrant on his crib in the investigation. He said Chrisean Rock told some celebrities what happened. I believe him, gang.
Has confessed that she was the one who put the hit on Ronnie.
I believe
right
him.
Now, there's a Neon clip, like from a stream, that has somehow disappeared from the internet. If anybody can find it, y'all let me know. Where she's telling Neon, he's gonna end up in the grave like her baby daddy for playing with her. Now, there's an audio from a few years ago where WAC 100 is predicting that Chrisean Rock will be arrested for Ronnie's murder eventually.
Really?
Usually when like that happen, the target never gets hit. And I hate to see she got that little boy in the car and she don't get to cooperate and them niggas do what I know they'll do, bro.
Right. And you still think that ain't Blueface baby, right?
No, that ain't Blueface baby. Bro, listen, look at the baby. The older the baby gets, look at Ronnie. Down to the teeth. Ask one of these ladies on the floor, man.
Yeah.
I think her last interview, she kind of told on herself.
I ain't gonna lie though, I ain't even think about that because I don't know if that's what WAC 100 is implying, but sips coffee. She might get her ass because they might get her gone. Because at the end of the day, Y'all know how they play with girls, bro. Y'all know how the court system go with girls. A girl could be dead ass wrong, shoot a nigga, set him dead up. All she gotta do is snitch. She get off 5 years in prison. In a female jail where she can't really get touched. She get out and it's over with. So she better be careful, because if she did and she knows she had something to do with it, they will knock her ass off. For sure. They will knock her off to avoid going to prison and avoid her snitching on them. For sure, they'll knock her off.
But she's
So they gave nephew $100,000.
Basically said that she was still messing with Ronnie when she first started, when she was messing with Blueface.
No, we know that. That's what I'm saying. Look, Ronnie was in the delivery room when she had the baby.
What the fuck? Oh, hell nah.
This is why she went back to Baltimore to have a baby. Ronnie was dead, bro. Look at that baby.
Ronnie was dead, bro.
And look at Ronnie. I'm talking about down to the 2 front teeth. It's crazy. Like,
and you know what? You know what's crazy? I just thought about it. Like, she been making a whole lot of threats and shit, like in regards to Blueface life. And a lot of people on social media, they're like, yeah, bitch, you got, yeah.
She's a weirdo.
Look, bro,
everything about her
there's
weird.
There's going to come a day where one of them little gonna get caught, and they're going to use her as a get out of jail free card.
Hell yeah.
They're going to arrest Chrisean for the murder of Ronnie.
Hell yeah.
What?
Believe that. That's a fact.
But she sure been talking a whole lot of shit, talking about some, yeah, get the fuck up out the way.
If Whack 100 was lying, Chrisean Rock would sue Whack 100. But Whack ain't lying. And the reason why Whack feels so confident is because there's been confirmation from Chrisean Rock's own mouth. Like, Chrisean Rock has confessed to this through her own mouth. Now, Whack 100 would say this is very similar to Jimmy Henchman. How Jimmy Henchman was in New York, got a bunch of crash dummies. He was paying for hits. They were committing the hits, and he was getting away with it until the wrong crash dummy got caught.
Right.
And they began to tell. Right? Wearing wires, doing whatever they can to get Jimmy Henchman to fall. Right? In the case of Chrisean Rock, she's not that connected politically. Right? Like, like she's not up no $100 million. Like, she's not no Don in the streets.
Right.
Right? She's a little girl. Probably put a hit out there. And they came to collect a little bit of money.
Thinking she cool,
but they don't got
no
loyalty to her.
Right. He ain't get her no $1 million. She ain't moved them out to Mexico, and you know what I'm saying? It's not like she ain't do that. She probably gave their ass $10,000 at the most. Real deal, gang. I'm just being honest with you.
So
probably gave their ass
Whack
10
breaks
racks
down
at the most.
Why he believes she's gonna get arrested, and then 2, the circumstances that led him to think that she's involved.
When it come to me, a lot of
why? One of these little, just like they did Jimmy Henchman. Didn't nobody know until the got booked on one thing, and they told the police, Jimmy paid us to kill this motherfucker. You know, can we make a deal? Yeah, it's only one way to control that, and the Italians showed you how to do that. And our politic ain't that deep.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to knock down her. That's it. So, with Ronnie, right? Let me give you the history of Ronnie, right? Remember when Ronnie was put her in the mall? And they called the police?
Yeah.
Remember Ronnie went to jail?
He was in the mall for that?
Like, that's my baby, this, that, and other, right? So look what Ronnie did.
He went to jail for that?
She pressed charges on Ronnie that day. So that week, Ronnie had a court date with Chrisean Rock on Friday for the charges she pressed on Ronnie. Ronnie tells them on Monday, yeah, I got you, you stupid. You ain't smarter than me. Now that we gonna be in court, I can serve you the DNA.
Oh, why would he tell her that, though?
Right? He said, I don't give a about the case you filed on me. I got you right there. I'm gonna have him served in front of the judge.
Why would he tell her? So basically, for everybody that don't know, so he went through the proper stuff you got to go through to get a subpoena. Now the subpoena is, I serve you a paper, okay? So I serve you a paper. This paper says you have to come to court to do this paternity test, but you have to serve them. If you're not in the same room with someone, if you have to have a process server. It's a whole lot that go into that. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to find somebody's address. They got to come to the door. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be you've been served. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that. Like it's a whole like thing. So the best place to do that is in the courtroom. I serve you in front of the judge, which means I got multiple witnesses, I got prosecutors, I got everybody witnesses. You have these papers, and now you have to come do this paternity test, and you can't keep hiding. But I don't understand why he would tell her that. That's not something that's something where you feeling yourself and you get to talking too much. He should have never told her that, bro. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, like I said in my video, my reaction yesterday, bro, the coincidences are starting to stack up, gang. If all this is true, which I'm assuming that it is, if all this is true, the coincidences is stacking the fuck up through the sky. So you was in Baltimore the same 2 days. You was guaranteed. You was proven to be in Baltimore around the same time that Ronnie got killed. Okay, cool. You got killed 4 or 5 days before the paternity test was gonna happen. Okay, cool. Ronnie sees you in the mall and you press charges on him. Okay, cool. You talk to Ronnie on Monday and Ronnie tells you that he gonna serve you these papers in court. He don't care about that little punk ass case. Your sister get on an interview and said some people that we know is the one who killed Ronnie. And then Ronnie ended up getting killed outside of his crib. If he had ops, how they find out where he lived at? If he had ops, they would have been smashed his head off then if they knew where he lived. Right? You would assume. We seen where he lived at yesterday, bro, in my last video. Go watch it. He ain't live in the hood. He ain't live in the projects. It wasn't like somewhere where everybody over here, and you know what I'm saying? It looked like a little suburban shit in the cut somewhere off a cul-de-sac, little apartment building. So he just so happened to be outside his crib. Somebody pull up, shoot him 10 times, and get up out of there. Then we hear that you told celebrities and you bragged about it and said that you the one got him killed. Then we hear you in interviews saying, you kind of like clowning him a little bit. Like, yeah, he tried to join this. He tried to make his own circus just like Blueface, and he played himself right to the grave. It's like, whoa, you don't really talk about people like that you had feelings for or you cared about at least a little bit. You feel? I don't know.
It lands Wednesday morning. This court date is supposed to be Friday that she got on Ronnie.
Yeah, it was 2 days. I think it was like February 2nd. She was in Baltimore that day. He got killed February 4th or something like that. 2 days before, though, for sure.
Wednesday night, Ronnie dead in his driveway.
So did Blueface get a test?
She won't give it to us. We didn't.
Why she won't give it to us?
We didn't serve the. She act like she ain't served. You can't. It's only one name on that birth certificate. Only one. Hers.
So that video when they was like talking to her around the corner and the daddy was behind it.
I just double checked. That was actually 7 months ago, not years ago, but still, that was still a long time ago. Where Wack 100 knew beforehand, whatever Chrisean Rock did, whoever she paid to murder Ronnie,
gonna snitch.
It would be sloppy enough to where they're gonna get her, right?
For sure.
And that's before this week where somebody has came forward and said the police came knocking. They want to talk to him and interview him.
Yeah.
Because he's been online talking about this Ronnie murder. Now, him and Ronnie was in the DMs back and forth talking about putting money on each other's heads.
Oh, so he was out.
But he swear he had nothing to do with it. Now, he claims the police is interested in his relationship with Chrisean Rock and what he can provide there. All right? So TMZ contacted, law enforcement. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This response, a lot of people may overlook it, but trust me, this is bad news for Chrisean Rock, like really bad news, okay? So the 2025 murder of Chrisean Rock's ex-boyfriend, Karan Khan.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Whether she did it or not, I'm gonna tell you one for a fact. She's a demon. This bitch is a damn demon, okay? She's a demon sent from the gates of hell. And if you ever see her, I want you to run. Run, bitch, run. You feel me? I want you to run. If you ever in your life, as a man, especially a man, you come in contact with Chrisean Rock, I want you to run the other way. I don't give a fuck where y'all at. The mall, the barber shop, concert. If she there, turn around and run away. Because that bitch a demon. She might try to take your soul, man. I'm trying to tell you. Now, because the fact that it's like, okay, now it's getting weird because you're not giving, you acted like you didn't want to give Ronnie the paternity test. He had to go through everything up and down, serve you the papers and all this. He had to do everything in the world to try to get you to make a paternity test, which is the dumbest shit in the world, gang. That is so silly to me, gang. Like the government got to do more. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I respect women. I got a wife. I got a mama. You know what I'm saying? I got a sister-in-law. I got a mama-in-law. I respect women and I care. But y'all, the women shouldn't be able to just do whatever the fuck they want to do and then don't nobody say nothing, bro. I'm sorry, gang. Because if she was claiming, I'm gonna put it like this: if she was claiming that he was the baby daddy and she wanted child support, that nigga ass they would have been made him come do that DNA test. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? Even if he wasn't the dad, if he would have signed that birth certificate, they would have made him pay child support. So why the fuck do niggas gotta jump through 1,022 hoops for her to just take a regular paternity test with the child to see who the fuck the daddy is? What the fuck is going on? Why they gotta go through all that? You didn't want to give Ronnie the paternity test. Blueface been trying to get the paternity test for I don't know how long. You don't want to give him the paternity test. Why? What's the problem? You saying that Blueface is the dad. Why you can't just go get a paternity? Just take 5 minutes. All they got to do is go in there, take your son, take a fucking Q-tip, take your son spit and put it in a bag. That's all they got to do. 5 minutes. You ain't even got to pay for it. He'll pay for it. You feel me? Not even 5 minutes. I'm talking about 12 seconds. So if you so confident that Blueface is the baby daddy, why you can't do a paternity test? Why was Ronnie in the delivery room the day you had the baby? Why did you fly to Baltimore to have this baby? And then on top of that, you smoking and you drinking and you done fucked the baby development up? You smoking and drinking while you pregnant? Doing Lord knows what else? Talking about your baby like a dog. Yeah, I don't care about smoking. I'm going to have an abortion anyway. Like, that's what this clips of her saying that shit, gang. So I've never really even understood how she has a fan base or how she has money or how people even interact with. I don't get that shit. People follow her and like her pictures and join her. I don't get that shit, gang. I don't get it, bro.
Remains unsolved. But police tell TMZ the investigation is still active as detective continues working to identify and catch the killer. Okay? Now, Justin Malachi, a rep for Anne Arundel County Police Department in Maryland, they told them, we can confirm that it's open and an active investigation. However, we're unable to provide any additional details. I'm gonna tell y'all this. A lot of y'all will overlook that and say, well, Flacco, they just, no. If somebody contact you and say, hey,
yeah,
is Chrisean Rock?
The police would have came out and said, Chrisean Rock has nothing to do with this. We've definitely made sure that she, you know what I'm saying? They would have came out and said something like that. The fact that they didn't say nothing like that and they just said, well, let's put it like this. The investigation is still open and still active and we're still
a suspect. If you're not a suspect, oh, nah, hell no, she's not a suspect. No. Just like, for example, when Lil Durk was in his court case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they were investigating the murder of Stefan Mack, Lil Durk inquired with the city of Chicago if he was a suspect in his murder.
Mm-hmm.
They were back and says, no, he's not a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
We don't intend on charging Dirk Banks with this murder. If they reach out and say, hey, is Chrisean Rock a suspect? Do y'all intend on charging Chrisean Rock with this murder? There's a lot of people who is online claiming that she's involved. Do y'all intend on charging her with this murder? And they say, well, we can't comment on that, sorry. If she was not a suspect, they will say no.
Right.
No.
She's not a suspect.
She's not a suspect.
Right.
That's like asking the police, hey, is Poetic Flacco a suspect? Hell no, he's not no. But we already know that Chrisean Rock is on their radar and she's a suspect because when they came to talk to Quell, that's his name, Quell says, yo, they was inquiring.
That just made me think about a nigga, man. Rest in peace, Quell, bro. Markel Calloway, nigga I went to school with. He passed away. I forgot how he passed away, but I forgot about Quell, man. Me and Quell wasn't never really cool, like locked in cool, but that just made me randomly think about. So hearing the name Quell just made me randomly think about him. So rest in peace to Quell.
About Chrisean Rock. They're curious about Chrisean Rock. So they already know that Chrisean Rock is involved somehow. And I'm just going to tell you, Chrisean Rock has already confessed. I'm sorry. She's already confessed. To a lot of people in the industry, that's just a fact. She got to be worried that before yesterday, the rumors of Chrisean Rock getting her baby daddy killed was just a rumor on Baddie's Twitter, right? On Zeus Network Twitter. Right? Or probably Zeus Network Reddit. Right? You know, these like real fringe forums. Now TMZ is writing an article about this. This is officially mainstream. This is officially one of the biggest stories of this year so far. And police are the biggest cloud chasers on planet Earth, right? If they were taking their time, crossing their T's and dotting their I's, now you know they're about to expedite this. They're about to expedite this to make sure Chrisean Rock gets her accountability. Because if the police was not paying attention before, now they know, oh, it's a major story. Oh, damn. This made TMZ. Oh,
right.
Police are the biggest cloud chasers, bro.
I was just about to say that. Police are cloud chasers. Because if the police and the DA too, that's why they did that with Young Thug. It was the DA and the police department. Like, if the district attorney's office and the police department can lock up a Chrisean Rock and they can be on the news and talking about the case and getting documentaries, if that enhances their career. You know what I'm saying? That pushes them more towards promotions and bonuses and pensions and but you gotta understand, gang. You gotta always understand who could profit from your downfall. You gotta understand that in life, bro. Who can profit from my downfall? Even in everyday regular life. Okay, just for example, Lil Durk, very huge artist. All these drill rappers, very huge rappers, and they get all the followers, and the labels love the drill rappers, right? You gotta understand who profits from drill rap. The prisons, because your dumb ass gonna go outside thinking you Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy, you gonna go kill somebody or shoot 5 people, end up hitting an old lady, now you in prison. And guess what? People profit from that. There's privately owned prisons that people profit from. There's a whole network of people who work at these prisons, profit. They don't have a job if your ass don't get locked up. Okay, you got lawyers. They profit from it. You got prosecutors, they profit. You got judges. You got courthouses. You got to pay lawyer fees and court fees. And you got police. They profit. They brung 5 people in today. You got to understand who profit from these people. Funeral homes. They push that drill rapping out. Y'all killing each other. Guess who profit in the funeral homes? Guess who profit in the cemeteries? Think about it, bro. Who profits from seeing Chrisean get locked up for murder? Them police. That DA. Them prisons. Do your homework, gang.
They see this media attention, they gonna start chasing the story more. It's simple as that. If they already had Chrisean Rock on the board, they're about to hone in on her because they want that drama.
Yeah.
They want that notoriety.
Right.
They want to be able to be the person who put Chrisean Rock in jail.
Yeah.
They want to make TMZ.
Yeah.
That detective, that low-level detective, want his name to be on TMZ.
Yeah. Because then you come to the police station, everybody on your tip. And yeah, good arrest, Brown. Yeah, Officer Brown. Woo! Woo! Now the captain like you, right? Now the captain giving you bigger cases. Now you do that 2 more times. Now you a lead detective. You see that? Now you go from making 60K to 140K. You see what I'm saying? Now you a chief. Then you get lined up to be a captain. Now your pension is $1 million. I'm just saying, like, examples. Like, think about it, bro.
You got TMZ picking up this story. Oh no, this is bad. Look at this, man. Look at this. right? Look at this, okay? So about a month later, Karan reportedly got into Chrisean's face at a mall while she was with her infant son and cops were caught. In February of 2025, Karan was shot and killed in Severn, Maryland, in what investigators believe was a targeted attack. Cops rushed to a home in the Baltimore suburbs after reports of a shooting and found Karan outside with multiple gunshots, as we guys already know, all right? More than a year later, police still haven't publicly identified a suspect or person of interest, and the case remains unsolved. Now, I don't know how soon. It may be a week.
So I wanted to look this up. Because I also think that adds to the suspicious. The fact that he wasn't killed in a Baltimore hood. He wasn't killed in a Baltimore project. They didn't catch him lacking on the block, sitting there, just standing. You know how niggas just post up on the block like, they didn't catch him doing that. They caught him and killed him in Severn, Maryland. So I wanted to look it up and I wanted to see if it's a dangerous area. Okay? And it has a very low murder rate, averaging about 6.1 murders per 100,000 residents, which translates to only a few isolated incidents each year in this unincorporated community. So the violent crime rate overall matches close or slightly below the national average for suburban areas of its size. So it's not a dangerous place. It's not a place where it's 15 niggas getting killed on the block every day, which is probably why he lived there in the first place. He was out the way. So that's another thing where it's like, okay. For example, when FBG Duck got killed, he got killed. If you know what Rodeo Drive is in LA, he got killed in the Rodeo Drive of Chicago. Oak Street, like there's a I think there's a Richard Mille store on that street, bro. There's a Christian Louboutin store. There's a Fendi store. There's a Waldorf Astoria down the street. $1,000 a night, $600-700 a night minimum in a hotel. That's a small room. You get what I'm saying? This is where rich people are, gang. He got killed there. So when somebody like that gets killed on an Oak Street, you know it was targeted. You know somebody sent them niggas. You know they wanted to get him. You know it wasn't just an argument that happened and Nick. No, you know. I look at this the same way. When you hear somebody get killed in the suburbs, somebody sent them niggas. Somebody sent them niggas, boy. And I think he got killed in the morning, which means it's not like somebody followed him home. It's not like there's only fucking logical explanation on how someone, even if there was his ops, only logical explanation to how someone would have known where he was living, came outside. They had to come outside and wait for him. Because what's the chances that we going to pull up on Ronnie, we going to see if he outside? Oh, he right there. He outside. Them chances ain't really high. So they had to be waiting on him. They had to been stalking him. They had to see his car and wait for him to get out. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody either sent y'all or somebody dropped the location, which is pretty much the same thing. And Blueface has came out on the record and said that Blueface is a known setup artist. He don't trust her. She's known to give niggas addresses up, to do this, to do that. And I believe him. Be honest with you, I believe him 100%. So like, let me see. Let me just see. Let me look. Then let me look up this because I know it's a suburb in Chicago that's called Naperville. Okay. And that's in Illinois, obviously. So Naperville is a lot safer. Top 25 safest cities in the US. So Naperville is like about an hour outside of Chicago, but that's where like a lot of rich people live, and you know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of rich people who live in Chicago, that's like the suburban area. I used to go out there a lot to like go bowling and shit to get away from the hood. I don't want to go bowling in the hood in the city. I want to go bowling out there in the burbs, you know what I'm saying? So we used to go out there a lot just to be safe and have fun, go to Dave and Buster's and kick it outside, smoke weed outside and shit. It was a lot calmer out there. So their murder rate is 0.7, so it's almost doesn't happen. Where Ronnie got killed is 6.1. which is like the standard suburban average. You feel me? So it's only a few isolated homicides a year. It's not like it's 100. You know what I'm saying? Naperville has 0 murders, sometimes even 1 murder. So that's what I'm comparing it to. But Severn is still very safe. It's just a normal suburb. It's not like the super richest place or nothing like that, but it's just a normal suburb. So it's suspicious to me how someone would have pulled up to his house all the way. And let me see one more thing, how far that is. How far is Severn, Maryland from Baltimore? Okay, so it's only 27 minutes. So it's not like a super far suburb. Okay. And then I don't know nothing about Baltimore. I don't know nothing about the hoods or like where none of this shit is. So I can't even like begin to like tell you nothing about that. But I can see that. Oh, it seems like it's close. Oh, it's past it. It's close to the airport, the Baltimore airport. Seems like it's real close over there. So I don't know, man. Regardless, rest in peace to Ronnie, and we gonna see what happened, bro. I personally think in my head, I think she gonna get arrested. And if she don't get arrested, I think she either did it or she knows about it. I don't think it's really a high percentage chance that she don't know nothing about nothing. She ain't get nobody the address, nothing. Like, I don't think that's the highest chance in the world. But we gonna see shit.